Hi everyone, and thanks for tuning in to part 2 of the Non-Profit Recruitment Report. Let's dive into Heart Talent's research into the Australian non-profit sector. With 1.3 million employees and a little over 1.5 billion in annual turnover, the sector represents 10% of the Australian workforce and I think around 8% of our total GDP. That is epic. Australian communities rely on the non-profit sector, and we know that having the right talent in your team is mission critical. Now, despite the trend towards people wanting more purposeful and meaningful work, our research showed that at least 1 in 3 employers struggle to attract the talent they need. We asked non-profit leaders about the challenges they face in the area of talent. Now, aside from the challenge of navigating constant change, 3 themes emerged from our research. The first was intense competition for talent. 63% of leaders reported competition as their biggest challenge in the talent space, and at least 1 in 4 have lost a preferred candidate to another job offer. The second key challenge was increased salary expectations, and this isn't a surprise when you consider interest rates and the current cost of living crisis. It's understandable that people are more focused on salary than they ever were before. What we found is that 34% of leaders believe they struggle to offer what they believe to be competitive salaries. Now, historically lower salaries in the non-profit sector were the accepted norm. I can't tell you the number of times I've heard someone say, I don't work here for the money. I took a 40% pay cut when I moved here. I know I could earn more in another job, but working here isn't about the money. But here's the thing. The days of skilled talent taking a massive pay cut, 40 or 50%, to do work that matters are far behind us. Limited resources and responsible use of funds are a given in the non-profit sector, but forward-thinking non-profit employers know that they need to pay what it takes to attract the best people. We decided to dig a little deeper on the issue of salary expectations in the non-profit sector. And so we compared salaries across sectors between non-profit and commercial organisations, and what we found was really interesting. Now, these insights are best presented visually, and I want to keep these videos short, so you'll have to grab a copy of the NFP Talent Attraction Report to read the detail. Let's move on now to the third challenge around that non-profit leaders highlighted in our research, and that is that of low brand recognition. Many leaders told us that their organisation gets lost in the noise, or they feel that they get lost in the noise on job boards. 47% report challenges with both the size and the quality of the talent pool they attract to vacant roles through job boards. Now, this challenge is arguably greater for smaller organisations, and perhaps it could be attributed to the perceived stability of working for a large employer. Although when it comes to attracting talent, every employer has an opportunity to tell their story. If we think about these 3 key challenges, competition, salaries, and brand awareness, I think it's important to remember that competing for talent isn't always about being better. When it comes to attracting people to join your organisation, knowing what makes you different can be just as powerful. Now, we'll come back to this later on. In the next video, I'd like to take you through some of the common recruitment trends we found in our research.